really easy for him. But you don't get to see him play against other NBA prospects or something like that, like you do with football like NFL prospects. You see them go up against other NFL prospects to kind of compare. But in college basketball, you don't get to see that much of it. So
Okay.
everything is now just based on potential.
Yep. Um, Jimmer Fredette went 10th overall, but then was traded to Sacramento. Chosen by the Milwaukee Bucks, traded to Sacramento. Um, Anybody, Joe or Tanner? What do you think about Jimmer going to Sacramento?
I mean, I guess it's pretty good. I mean, with the young talent, I mean, they already have DeMarcus Cousins, you
And
know,
Tyreek
and
Evans.
yeah, Tyreek Evans too. I like the whole getting young talent, but they still don't have a superstar, and that's what they need.
Well,
Well,
DeMarcus
here's a
Cousins.
better question. Do you really think Jimmer Fredette is a top 10 player?
No, but he's a consistent player, and they're going to turn it. It's just going to help the Kings become a decent team.
It's not the fact that he's a top 10 player or not. The Sacramento Kings thinks that Jimmer Fredette is their guy. Like they think it's him, so might as well take him now instead of wait for later and somebody else is going to take him. I
See,
do. Th-
go ahead.
okay. You lost. I lost my train of thought. You go ahead.
I'm just saying I don't think Jimmer Fredette is the guy for any team in the NBA. Jimmer was he was one of those players that he put up big numbers, but when it came to like the basics, I guess if you watch that last game that he played for BYU, that shows you who Jimmer Fredette really is. I think, and I know
He did
people.
the same thing he did all season.
Did you watch the end of that
I
game?
watched the whole game. Yeah, but
Yeah,
he. But
okay.
hold on, hold on.
Do you really want a point guard or shooting guard, whatever he plays, to go out there and try to do it all himself when he knows he's not going to hit the shot,
No,
when he
it's
try to
it
dish
is
it out to
his
somebody
job to
else?
do that. The whole team knows that he's going to go out there and take those shots. The fact is, he had to play against tougher competition, so he already had to basically create everybody's shot by himself. He was the offense. Everything was around him. No other offense in the country was like that. Everything went through him. And then whenever you have to be on the court for 38 minutes a game in college, and then next thing you have to go into overtime, and you're taking threes, he's gonna be exhausted, especially against playing against a team as tough and talented as Florida. It was just basically fatigue. That's all it was.
Okay, I still don't buy Fredette. I mean,
And
he's a.
don't take it off one game, man.
I'm not taking it off one game. I mean, he had those kinds of moments all season, where he just like it seemed, and I don't like to use the term ball hog, but it kind of seemed like it a couple of times, like where hey, here's a shot, a completely forced shot that probably he could have gotten it off to somebody, that was open,
But that is what
but he still
that's what
took it
he's told to
anyways.
do. That is what he's supposed to. The coach
But
sees that he can
yeah,
do
so
it.
but okay, yeah, you're told to do that, but when it comes to like the benefit of the game, if your coach tells you to take that shot, but you see a guy wide open over there, what are you going to do? I'm probably going to give it to that guy because I know he's probably going to make it, and
Well,
it's
then
for
there's
the better
also
of
the other
the game.
thing where you don't see the guy. Like Kobe Bryant has been guilty of that multiple times.
But Kobe
Of
makes it though.
no, okay, come on, man.
Kobe makes it
I
most
could
of
go
the
on
time.
YouTube and find 10 times where Kobe Bryant took a junk shot when there was somebody else open.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is like with the game on the line though. I
That
mean,
no, I mean that's exactly what I'm saying. I found multiple videos of Kobe Bryant
well,
taking a shot over a
yeah, but
double
that's because
team.
Kobe Bryant's played in the league for so many years.
But
You're not going to hit it every time.
exactly now you're accusing Jimmer Fredette of doing the same thing of doing.
No, I'm not. I'm saying Jimmer Fredette. I'm just saying Jimmer Fredette didn't. He's not what everybody else hyped him up to be. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, I agree. He's not going to be a superstar, but I think he'll be a good NBA player.
I mean, people made it sound like Jimmer Fredette was the best player in the nation last year. I don't think he was.
In college basketball, he was.
Oh, he wasn't, but what I think he'll be a nice addition, but nothing more than that.
Well, I do think Tyreek Evans is going to go back to his natural position and play point guard, and that's what he did towards the end of the season last year. And I think Jimmer Fredette is just going to be a good, kind of like a lot of people are comparing him to Ben Gordon from the Pistons, and he used to be at the Bulls. Just a good
Exactly.
shooter, and I think that's just what he's going to be. He's just going to be a shooter who has the ability to create his own shots if need be.
Hmm. Okay. But the thing is none of these players are currently going to do anything with their teams because when this episode airs, NBA will be locked out. So,
true.
yeah, the point of the matter is today is Friday, and if everything goes the way it's originally supposed to, it's locked out. And now we have two major sports organizations locked out in the same summer, and this is something that everybody's been. I mean, we knew this was going to happen for the NBA. We knew it was going to happen for the NFL, and we're just, what's the future of the NBA now? Joseph.
The future. Okay, well, the NBA, and this is my personal opinion. I mean, I'm not going to say that this is completely true. I think the leadership of the NBA is terrible. I think David Stern is overstayed his welcome. I've said that multiple times on the show, and I think 75% of the owners in the NBA should not be the owners of their team, and they're the reason why they're the reason why their team stinks. Like you go back to the Timberwolves, is David Kahn their owner or their general manager? Do you know?
I'm sorry, what?
Is David Kahn the Timberwolves owner or general manager?
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, man.
Okay, well, whatever. He's in charge of the Timberwolves, and he has full control over the Timberwolves draft, like NBA draft and all their transactions, everything. One man has full control over it. So if everybody disagrees with him and he thinks otherwise, he's going to go with what he thinks. So and here's an example of the stupid stuff that this guy's done. In 2009, he took 5 point guards in the first round. He took Ricky Rubio, Johnny Flynn, and who's the point guard of the Nuggets? I just lost his name.
Lawson?
Yeah, Ty Lawson. He took them
Yeah.
in the top 15. Took 3 point guards in the top 15. And 2 of those guys didn't even play for his team. You think about that, and then
Kind of a wasted draft.
well, yeah, 5 point guards in the first round. How many times do you see a team get 5 first round draft picks?
Not often.
And they spend them on 5 point guards.
That is pretty ridiculous.
That's just kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. He should be slapped.
Yeah, he shouldn't even be working in the NBA. He should be towel boy.
Cowboy.
Yeah, I'm sure half the fantasy owners in the world would be able to make better draft picks than that. Especially since who was in that draft? I don't remember who was in that draft. I don't want to go back and look. But I'm just saying the NBA ownership is really bad. I think the NBA might go down the toilet, and I think a new professional basketball league is going to end up being created because of what's happening right now.
Yeah, we did say a couple of episodes ago that NBA was just gaining popularity back that it lost, from all, back in, we always said back in the mid-90s, NBA was booming, and you go back to 6 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, nobody really cared. And now, I mean, I've heard more people talk about NBA this year than I ever have, around here at least. And now I'm thinking this lockout could possibly hurt it. I mean, that is saying if they lock out for the whole season, which you never know if that's going to happen or not.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if NBA locks out for the whole season, that's going to really.
Yeah. Well, here's one thing that looks like it is going to lock out for the whole season. Kevin Durant was reported saying that the players were not going to give in to the NBA. So, they weren't going to sign a deal unless they liked it. So, just kind of like in the NFL, it's kind of the same way.
But in the NFL, though,
they look a little closer to a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this moment, NFL they're moving closer to a deal, and which is good news for us.
Definitely, yeah.
Because we need something to talk about.
And hopefully, at least we all know there will be college football and college basketball this fall. So we'll have some sort of a way to fill the void if there's no professional sports this fall.
Yes, and speaking of college football, coming up soon, we're going to have an analysis on the entire season of the Big 12 because we know that college football is not locking out. So coming up soon, after the break, we're going to do some analysis on the Big 12. We're going to tell you what's in the news, and we'll be right back. You're listening to The Score.
Hi, I'm Joseph from The Score.